So let's paint the picture. It's June 2024, and a young, well, not really so young, CDG is getting ready to go to Paris, France for a Paris trip. And if you've seen the vlog, it was a fun trip, and I was very excited for that trip. And nothing was going to stand in my way. But there was one thing I was forgetting. The dreaded airplane ride. Me being terrified of flying, that was definitely not a fun experience to have to think of the thought of being trapped on a plane for 6 or 7 hours, and the thought of turbulence just makes my blood curl, and I don't even just thinking about it right now kind of makes me ugh. But why am I so scared of flying? I mean, I know I have a fear of heights, so of course I'm afraid of being up that high, but surely planes don't crash that often. Planes almost never crash, actually. At least commercial planes don't. So why am I so scared of it? And what do planes, spiders, clowns, and the dark all have in common? Well, find out right now. What is up, guys? The Crimson Defender back here with another video, and today, guys, we're going to get into this video and we are going to find out, are you really scared of these things, or is the media making you scared of these things? And you'll be pretty surprised by the answer, actually. But yeah, if you like this video, drop a like, subscribe. Of course, this is actually the first time I'm actually doing a discussion video like this, actually. I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, but this is the first time I'm doing it, so we're gonna get into this video right now. We will see you there. Now let's start this off with spiders, which makes basically every top 5 list of phobias. Now most people that are scared of spiders are scared because they think a spider is going to pack them up and send them to Abu Dhabi like this is Garfield. And I'm here to say, don't be scared of those 8-legged furballs, as less than 1% of them can actually send you back to the lobby. And even if you are scared of getting bit, most don't bite, and the ones that usually do only do it out of defense, like this is Madden or something. If anything, the spider's scared of your ugly ass. Yeah, I'm talking about you. It's actually crazy how much people criticize these sticks that move when 99% of them don't do anything, and most spiders actually kill other pests. Let's make a petition to change the narrative and find a new insect enemy. Wasps and mosquitoes are right there. Wasps be out here like you just took they bitch and you owe them money. And now I'm just minding my business, and how do I get attacked by a swarm of these satanic bees? And then mosquitoes always sucking you off and giving you random diseases that have no cure. Wait, pause. Mosquitoes, well, yeah, I basically explained it pretty well. But you get bit by a mosquito and wake up with some virus they don't even have a name for. But back to spiders. Did I mention that some of these species of spiders like to feed on other insects like mosquitoes and wasps? So not only are they harmless to you, but they eat the hell spawns that are trying to kill you. So why again did we make this one of the mascots for one of the scariest days of the year? I think it's very safe to say that the fear of spiders is made by the media. Next up, the dark. I feel like most people aren't afraid of the dark itself. They fear more so what's in the dark, or what could be in the dark. And we know darn well horror movies have been playing into the fear of this for a long time. Well, basically as long as they've been horror movies. Because, I mean, have you ever seen a horror movie take place in Candyland? Nope. And the media shows a lot about the crimes that happen at night as well, like robberies, pew-pewings, and the Pittsburgh Steelers losing to the worst football team in existence on Sunday Night Football. Now, like I said, on its own, the dark is not scary, and everything is still the same. But the fact that something could happen in the dark, or somebody could be there, is the part that freaks everyone out. Like, I know if I was in a dark hallway and saw the eyes of Freddy Fazbear at the end of the hallway, I'd be out of there faster than the Dallas Cowboys whenever they play the Green Bay Packers in the playoffs. Shit, I would practically teleport. But I think this is a genuine fear, as even though the crime rate has went down over the past couple years, stuff still happens and it is still pretty common, especially compared to another fear we'll get to later. But let's dive a little bit deeper into the dark. Now, I know I said it's what's in the dark that makes people so scared, and one of those things is clowns. And the downfall of clowns really needs to be studied, because how did they go from a staple at a kid's birthday party to something that everybody fears? Now, I'm just going to come out and say it, but this one was definitely the media, as we know about the 2016 clown phase that had everybody quivering in their boots, which was mostly spearheaded by the movie It, which of course had a clown as the main villain. And I really couldn't imagine seeing a clown on the other side of the road trying to get into my car like this is an Uber. I would run the clown over so many times he'd end up looking like Flat Stanley. But clowns have to be one of the most media-driven fears, especially in the past decade, as I don't even think kids want to see a clown at their birthday party anymore, scary or not. Kind of off topic, but I always forget that clowns are just normal people in a ton of face paint and makeup. Like, we're really just gonna have kids crying over a guy named Steve?
I'm Steve.
Lastly, I'm gonna talk about the fear that I started this video with. Airplanes and flying. Definitely one of the biggest phobias, as about 1 in 4 adults have it, and even I do. Getting on a plane almost feels like you're walking onto your eventual coffin. Your heart definitely starts pounding when you realize you're getting closer to the runway. And when the engines rev up so loud it sounds like Carolina Crown and Southern are playing directly in your ears, then you get absolutely plastered to your seat, and from that point, there's no return, and you're absolutely cooked. As soon as those wheels leave the ground, you start thinking about that one scene from Madagascar where the plane just fell out of the sky. And don't even get me started about turbulence. Yeah, don't get me started about that. When I see that fasten seatbelt sign come on, that video of the dog starts playing in my head. But despite that, we still land safely and on the ground as intended. As over 99% of flights do the same without incident. They definitely may seem scary, but crashes with airplanes, especially passenger ones, do not happen virtually at all. For example, in the US before this year, the last commercial aviation crash to happen in the country was in 2009. You heard me, 2009. And for every single flight, everything is meticulously checked over and over again to make sure it works properly, and the pilots are trained to know what to do in every single situation, good or bad. It is still by far the safest mode of transportation, so why are people so scared of it? Well, I can tell you one of the reasons, at least for me. 13 years ago, there was a fairly popular movie starring Denzel Washington. You may have heard of it. It's called Flight. And if you have not seen the movie, you've definitely seen one of the scenes from the movie that takes place at the very beginning, which is the crash, the gut-wrenching plane crash scene that was actually based off a plane crash that happened 12 years prior. Luckily, that plane is no longer in service. The cinematography in that plane crash was enough to have a young me spooked. And it doesn't really help that every plane crash that stays on the news for days and weeks after it happens. So this one is definitely the media, as they almost never happen, and even if they do, almost none of them fall out of the sky and happen on the ground or very close to it. You're never actually, yeah, that's actually a fact. Like that usually never happens. I know I'm going off of script for this one, but yeah, that literally almost never happens. Honestly, if you're in a plane crash, the first thing you should do is go to the lottery because you'll probably win double. But with the way everything in the aviation industry is micromanaged, as scary as it is, it's very safe. And I know that because for most people just like me, the fear of planes is driven by the fear of heights, which has also been used by the media. But that is not really the media-driven fear, at least not nearly as much as the others. But just know that airplanes are safe and not scary. Well, unless a Boeing 737 shows up at your door at 3 a.m., that is. And I think we've answered the question about what fears are driven by the media and which fears are just fears. But anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. So we will see you guys for another video. Make sure to like, subscribe. Make sure to check out the Twitch if you're used to the gaming videos and want to see those. Make sure to check out the Twitch. Of course, there's gaming footage here, but you know, if you actually want to see like my commentary, then check that out. So we will get I will let you guys go, so we will see you guys later. The Crimson Defender out.